Today, we're learning Bouncy Green Triangle. This tutorial is going to be broken down into 3 easy steps: the catch, the pop, then the GT. So, let's go. Today, in this tutorial, I'm going to be using the G-Force from YoYoChampion.com. The link will be in the description. Definitely go check that out. Alright, let's get into the first step. So today, we're going to go through the first step, which is the setup of the trick, and it looks something like this. Bam. That's going to be the setup of the trick. Let's break that down a little bit. Alright, so for the first part of this step, you want to get into a trapeze. If you don't know how to do a trapeze, I have a video on it. Definitely go check that out. So what you're going to do is take your throw hand, or your non-throw hand finger, and curl it towards you. Right here, curl it towards you, so it's facing you, and then push it out like that. So, that's basically it. Now this is probably the hardest part of the trick right here. So once you've curled your finger right here, you're going to take your throw hand on here and curl this finger, creating this little mountain right here, and push it inside of this string right here. Bam. So now as you push inside of the string and you have those two things together, all you're going to do is take your your non-throw hand, pinch that side, and drape this string that's connected to here off of your hand. Now let's be a little bit more specific on where we drape that string, and I'll show you this in the slow motion. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to drape that string over the yo-yo, so you create this ability to get into that GT. Alright, that's the first step. Bentley from 30 years in the future. Wow, I'm old. Only 93% of the people that actually watch my videos are subscribed, so make sure you go down there and like and subscribe. Alright, let's get into the next thing. Now, let's get into the second step. The second step is the pop, which is the most fun of this entire trick, and it's probably my favorite part. This is why this trick is so cool, because it looks like a basketball. So once you've gotten into this setup right here, basically what you're going to do is keep this ideal and pinch this on your thing connecting to the string, right? Now to make it pop right here, a lot of people get confused with this pop, and it's easy to get confused with that pop because it's so difficult for the brain to understand. But basically, just from my perspective, all you're doing is taking these two hands right here, and you're just giving it that little motion. So you're just giving it a little tiny motion of just popping it up with your hands. So that slight pop, and then you're just going to use the yo-yo to create that momentum and really exaggerate the pops. It makes it look so much cooler. Alright, let's get into the third and final step. Alright, now we're on step 3, the third and final step. This is the quickest step of all of them, so let's break this down. Alright, so basically what you've done is you've gotten a couple bounces in, right? Now how do you get out of this into the correct green triangle? Well, that's what I'm showing you today. It's one of the easiest steps. We call it an undercut in the yo-yo community. So let's understand how to do this undercut. Right, so once you're here, I'm not going to do the pops right now. You're going to take your throw hand right here, and you're going to take this hand and swoosh it under. That's the easiest. So the motion will look like this. So it's going to look like that. And that's the motion. The best option that you would have probably to get here is just to take your finger right here, pinch it, and just swoosh it under. Make sure you're swooshing the back side of the yo-yo and not the front side, because if you do the front, it's going to mess it up and knock it into the correct green triangle. Let's see that in slow motion. Now that you know the trick, let's see some tips and tricks. The first tip I can give you is that, number 1, you should always make sure that your setup is perfect before you start doing the bounces and try to finish with the GT. The setup is the most important part of this trick, and if you don't get that right, this trick will not work. This took me forever to learn this trick because I kept trying to skip to the cool part. So, stick with the basics, learn how the trick works first, and then you can do the cool stuff. Tip number 2, make sure your bounces are high and concise. If they're not like that, you're probably going to get a double wrap on the string and mess up your GT.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Peace.